Welcome to Fantastic Stories. The grey alien, depicted as having a humanoid form with a large head, huge black eyes and grey skin, is one of the most iconic archetypes of aliens in ufology and pop culture. The most popular theories explaining what the grey aliens may be include extraterrestrial beings, biological robots, or human-alien hybrids, interdimensional beings, time travelers, hidden ultra-terrestrials, psychological manifestations or sleep paralysis, and spiritual entities. Lastly, in this episode, I would like to give you my subjective perspective on this phenomena. What is the grey alien? Part 2. My perspective. To me, it is puzzling that the grey aliens look so much human-like. Importantly, every vertebrate on Earth is built according to a similar general structure plan, that is, front with a chest, back with a spine, two hands or front limbs with shoulders, and two legs or back limbs with hips, fingers on each of the four limbs and neck, one head with a brain, two eyes in the front, two nostrils below the eyes, and one mouth below the nose. This build have been modified in the evolutionary history of terrestrial animals, so you can notice differences between amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals, but the general plan remains the same. And the grey alien is built similarly. Isn't it a bit too similar? Moreover, the grey alien seemed to walk upright like a human and use its hands to manipulate objects like a human. For this reason, I tend to find the ultra-terrestrial or time traveler hypothesis most plausible. Perhaps their species developed advanced civilization long before our human civilizations emerged, but at some point in time they left the Earth or went into hiding. In this case, based on their physical structure, they would have shared a common ancestor with terrestrial vertebrates, that is with reptiles, mammals or even humans. But what are the chances of something this similar evolving on a different planet outside Earth with a very different conditions? Well, we don't know either. We recently discovered that potentially habitable planets outside our solar system are much more abundant than we could ever imagine. Potentially, it could be possible that a planet with similar conditions to ours would support the evolution of a very similar life form. But since Earth remains the only example of a planet with life that we know of, it's difficult to conclude whether convergent evolution could occur on a different planet. Another interesting aspect of the grey alien is their characteristic huge black eyes and very slender, fragile structure. This seems to suggest that the beings may potentially have originated under conditions of dimmed light, low gravity and thin atmosphere, such as a planet orbiting a small star, perhaps a red dwarf star, or a smaller planet with lower gravity and a thin atmosphere rich in oxygen or other respiratory gases. On the other hand, the explanation suggesting that they may be interdimensional beings seems to solve several of these issues. Such beings may have come from Earth, but a parallel Earth may have different environmental conditions than the one we inhabit, so they would evolve differently than us, but may still be quite similar. The laws of physics may even be slightly different in their dimension. To be able to cross to our dimension, such beings would have to possess an understanding of the universe far superior to what we know. However, maybe they're not crossing in a physical sense at all. The alien encounters tend to be so elusive, so often at the boundary of a dream and reality, and routinely not leaving any physical proof. So maybe the phenomena only peeks into our reality and our consciousness, like some remote broadcast or a hologram, and is not fully present in our physical reality. Moreover, the multiverse theory is only about 130 years old, and our understanding of the universe keeps changing. Perhaps a different explanation is responsible, similar to interdimensional theory or far more complex, which we haven't thought of yet because we haven't developed this concept yet, and we may not even have the vocabulary or capacity to understand it. In this case, the grey alien entities may potentially come from a place, plane or dimension impossible for us to imagine. On the other hand, the grey aliens may be products of our minds, and as the human brain is not yet fully understood, they can manifest as an integral part of our human experience. This could explain why there are so many similarities among different encounters in so many people, as most of our brains work largely in similar way, with some degree of individual variation. So the variety of spiritual beings seen throughout the ages and cultures may be caused by the same mechanism in the brain, and later named fairies, elves, gods, spirits, or aliens. Interestingly, the concept of supernatural beings as a product of our minds may explain why some individuals experience them while others don't. This could be the consequence of individual variability. In other words, some individuals may possess subtle changes in their brain structure or genetic characteristics that will predispose them to see those supernatural entities or see them more often. In this case, the phenomenon could potentially tell us something new and interesting about the biology of our brain. These, of course, remain only speculations and my subjective ideas. It is important to understand that the existence of grey aliens, or any aliens at all, nor other supernatural entities, has not been officially proven by science. Although it recently received some interest from the scientific community, the stigma around the topic persists, so we may have to wait a bit longer for any legitimate conclusions. But what do you think the grey aliens are? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the story, consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great day and see you next time.